Welcome everybody. In today's video I'm going to show you every skill in Wealdland Foods and which ones are the best to use. Starting with increased build range, which will let you build from further away. In my opinion, 5 levels in this skill is more than enough because building from far away will make building harder to be accurate even with the grid enabled. Next up is Nimble Unpacker. This skill lets you unpack boxes faster, which is right now a terrible feature for a simple reason. Why would you take one single item when you can take the entire box in a shopping cart? Stocking Rich lets you shelve items from further away, which is not really that useful but still is needed for two things. One, you might have noticed that to shelve items on the last 2 floors of a fridge you must climb it. Putting a few levels on it will fix that problem. And 2, you must put 10 levels on this skill to access the next one, which is very important to have. Speaking of it, this skill lets you shelve items faster. It is one, if not the most important skill to have, as you will shelve items very often to always have items on shelves. At level 43 you will be 100% faster, and at level 141 you will hit the cap on 9900%. These two skills paired together will let you scan items faster, which is vital to have as scanning is one of the main tasks in the store. Note that if you only upgrade one instead of both, the scanning speed boost will be twice as less effective. At level 43 you will be 100% faster, and at level 141 you will hit the cap. Larger bag will help you to use less bags by reducing the chances of using one. When using your checkout after you finish scanning every item for a customer, you should hear this song. That means a bag has been used. Normally, you use one bag for every customer. With this skill, this will help you using less bags. At level 43, you have 50% chance to save a bag, which makes an average of using one bag every 2 customers. And at level 141, you have 99% chance to save a bag, which makes an average of using one bag every 100 customers. This skill makes the mob bucket animation faster, but if you max the next 2 skills, then this one is completely useless. However, you still need to put 3 levels to access the other cleaning related skills, and even if they aren't maxed, this skill even maxed barely makes you spare a few seconds at best. This skill will make the mob get dirty slower when you clean the floor. At level 43 it will get dirty twice as slow, and at level 141 it should never ever get dirty again. This skill will make the cleaning process easier. Level 30 is already very good to clean a lot faster, and you can go up to 100 for optimal efficiency. You could technically get better, but it will cost too much points. For example, mine is at 200 points, but when I was formerly at 100, there were barely any differences, so stick to 100. This skill increases the purchase limit of a supplier by 10% per level. I recommend to put 5 levels on each supplier, and the optimal level depends on the next skill, which is discounts. Basically, if you have 40% discounts, you won't need a purchase limit as high as if you had 20%. This skill gives you discounts for every supplier. Do note that alongside with the previous skill, you have to upgrade every supplier separately, and also that in order to upgrade discounts of a supplier, you must have put it 5 levels on the purchase adjustment skill on that specific supplier. I recommend you to start with 7 levels per supplier to get around 20% discount for every supplier. And the best, in my opinion, if you don't play too much, is 27 levels per supplier, which gives a 33% discount. Of course, you aren't forced to upgrade everything. You can start by upgrading the most important suppliers. And if you haven't planned to take a shower in the next month, here's the amount of levels you need for every discount milestone. These skills are related to printing trees faster. When printing trees, you have 2 different ways to print a tree. One needs you to slide the tree printer from left to right. The other one needs you to hold the tree printer on the down left corner of your screen. 43 levels makes it 100% faster, and level 141 allow you to obliterate trees with ease. Still, I wouldn't recommend to upgrade this skill too much, as it is not something you do very often in the game. This skill makes pollen particles on trees more visible. Unless you're playing with a potato, it's the most useless skill of the game. With this skill, you can check the amount of items already in the store on the computer with an uncertainty. This allows you to check your stock without having to check everywhere on the storage and store if you don't have already too much of the items you want to order. More levels make the uncertainty more precise. And 5 levels is more than enough because you don't really need to know the exact number of items in the store, and as you can see, the uncertainty is pretty small. This skill makes you able to store more boxes on a platform truck by reducing their sizes. You will be able to unload faster by doing fewer tricks back and forth in the truck. 20 levels is good to start with, and around 70 levels should make you allowed to always unload an entire truck in a single time. This skill is as of right now only useful for baskets and becomes useless once you have access to cars. If you still wanna upgrade it, put around 10 levels so early game is easier. Level 190 make the basket having the same capacity as a cart. It might look cool, but I won't recommend you upgrading this because it's a lot of points for such a small boost that barely changes anything. Have you ever felt slow when walking through the store? Like taking some food to shelf and then going all the way back to order something? Well, this skill makes you walk faster. About 10 levels should already makes you feel faster, and around 50 levels makes you walk twice as fast. If you want a pro tip, don't put 490 levels on this if you don't want to smash yourself on every wall of the store. But you might outrun cars. Or not. And last but not least, this skill is one of the most powerful skill in the game. A single level on this skill makes your shelf items twice as fast by making you place 2 items at a time rather than 1. Every level makes you place an additional item at a time, but the price of levels scales, which means you can upgrade it too much. Putting 2 levels on this makes you able to place 3 items at a time, and if you got a lot of spare points, get it to level 4 to place 5 items at a time. Paired with shelving speed, you will be able to shave items insanely fast. Globally, I strongly recommend you to upgrade your cashiering skills, shelving, discounts, and some work speed. Then you can continue with cleaning skills, some more discounts and work speed, and finally all the other ones. I hope this video helped you choosing your skills. Feel free to ask me anything about the game, and I'll see you later in another video. Cheers!